Ma'am, bathrooms aren't very, nice places to be in. They're dirty, they're full of germs, and they stink. So you want my baby to have that? Well, I just thought, look at buddy. Are you worried because you're not getting enough of a show? Here, I'll give you a freebie, and you can avoid the titty bar. Yeah. Yeah, I always like people like that. I'm sorry, but my child has to eat, and you can get up and get your own food and sit wherever you want, but you're kind of stuck here stationary. Now, talking about my first child and how absolutely perfect she was, and she was. She when she was born, she had this beautiful little round head, rosy cheeks. Her ears just were like little tiny seashells, right at her head. She didn't cry much. She had a great appetite. She ate well. She slept well. And it was all wonderful until she hit about 9 months. She got to be about 9 months old. She decided that it was time for her to learn how to run. No, she didn't walk. She ran. It was phew, phew. So, me being the responsible parent, got her a leash. Now, back in the 70s, leashes were not as cool as they are now. They didn't have monkey butts and, little monkey faces and, kind of backpacks too. They were just a harness leash. Well, my grandmother and I were walking her to the store one day, and we came back, and my grandfather met us halfway there, and he said, is that a leash on my granddaughter? Yes, Grandpa, it is. You take that off first. My child is not wearing a leash. My grandmother just took the leash off, picked up Davina, handed her to my grandfather, and said, good, you take her. Because that child didn't know how to walk. She ran everywhere. And once she got her little feet on the ground, she was gone. She was so much that way that, I guess my pad of paper didn't. She was so much that way that my cousin, who was just a year younger than her, had a rocking horse. And she'd get in that rocking horse, and she'd rock that thing so hard that it would literally bounce around the whole house. Like the entire house. Boom, 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 boom. Here's this little bitty thing. Didn't look like she weighed, more than, 3 pounds. And she was just all over the house. There was another thing she really liked to do, and that was baths. If she heard that bathtub water running, she was in that bathroom faster than you can say Meow Mix. Yeah, that was one of her favorite commercials. And my aunt one day was in the bathroom bathing my cousin because we were about ready to take the kids to go get their pictures taken. Well, I'm busy doing something else in the kitchen with my grandmother and didn't notice where Davina went. And all of a sudden you hear this splash! And my aunt's screaming at the top of her lungs, Kathy! Yes? Get your daughter. I said, what? I'm coming. Yeah, she had jumped in the bathtub, clothes and all. And I don't mean just clothes. I mean a nice little Holly Hobby dress, cute little bonnet, and the little pinafore that went with it. So she was drenched from head to toe. Oh, my aunt just quickly takes off the clothes, dripping wet, hands them to me and said, go dry them, and I'll give her a bath. But if you even mention the word, she'd be all, bath? Yeah. But she still is to this day. We actually call her TDK, the good kid. Yeah. So, because she's just really a marvelous young woman. And I'm really proud of her. But I honestly think that the one thing we need to remember is that we live to embarrass our children.
Amen.
You remember the moments, you're in the grocery store and your children all of a sudden they want this one thing and you're just trying to get milk and get out the door and they scream, and they get on the floor, and they roll around, and they have their little tantrums, and you pick them up, and you're just feeling like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. You get them out the door. Well, I've turned that around because, now I'm older, and I don't care. I don't care what anybody else thinks of me, and I don't care if I make a fool of myself. As a matter of fact, I kind of like it. So one time we were at Kmart, and my youngest daughter, who always gave me the worst trouble, was just trying to be all sophisticated and acting all adult. And I walked by a nice, beautiful blender. I mean, it was gorgeous too.